You all, how are you all doing? Happy Monday. This is your girl Shan. I hope and pray that you all have an amazing Monday, starting off with amazing attitude, amazing mindset, and that you're just grateful that God allowed you to wake up and see another day. As you all have seen probably on you all social medias, there are a lot of people who were not blessed and not fortunate to wake up to see another day. So I hope and pray that you all are grateful on this morning. Now, I'm going to go ahead with the church announcements. First of all, let me say thank you to the Britons. Let me tell y'all something. Last Monday's show of Marriage Mondays with the Kings was titled Internet Dating That Led to Marriage. Listen, if y'all missed it, head over to our YouTube channel, Marriage Mondays with the Kings. I'm telling you, it was off the chain. They really schooled us and were hilarious. I mean, it was almost like a comedy show watching them about how they met on the internet and how they are now married. A beautiful, beautiful couple out of Florida. And so it was like all these parameters and safety measures that they put in place. She required for whatever man that she was going on a date with had to come to her city. So her husband, her now husband, drove over an hour every weekend to come to her. Okay? Come on now. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So if you all missed it, again, internet dating that led to marriage, head over to Marriage Mondays with the Kings YouTube channel and you can see it and catch up on all the rest of the shows and things there. Now, tonight's show is 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for the first time ever. Marriage Mondays with the Kings is going international, okay? In 6 years, we have never had an international guest on our show that are legit living in another country. They filmed from another country. They joined us from another country. So as you can see, we are very excited. Tonight's show is titled Internet Dating That Led to Marriage International. So we are hoping that our guests on tonight will share with you all how they met online, but they were in two different countries, okay? So 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, if you want to listen in on KRGN 98.5 FM if you're local. If you are national and international, go to mykrgn.com if you want to listen. If you want to watch, head on over to Marriage Mondays with the Kings YouTube channel and subscribe. Again, I say, please do not reach out to us in the middle of the show asking us why you can't get on and why you can't see it on YouTube. You cannot see it and you cannot get on because you are not subscribed, okay? So that is tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Now, kind of getting into what I want to talk about this morning. I want to speak about what happened to that 90s and 70s kind of love, okay? Bear with me. I know the saints. Y'all probably like, oh, Lord, here she is talking about 90s and 70s music. I am, because I'm a music head. I grew up in a musical family. You know, if we weren't playing the tambourines, jokers was singing, whatever the case may be. Music, I love music. I just love music. And so as I was driving the other day, they was playing some 90s music, and it just put me in a mindset and made me think about my husband. You know what I'm saying? How much I love my husband, I care for my husband or whatever. But my thing is love. Why do we not have that 90s and 70s kind of love? Okay, let me break this down and then I'll go a little bit deeper. So in the 70s, that was more to me that, when I say 90s and 70s kind of music and love, I'm talking about R&B, okay? I'm talking about R&B. So 70s, there was a lot of doo-wopping and show-stopping. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of, I don't know, since I lost my baby and all this, you know, it made you and put you in a mindset of love. You just wanted to be in love. You wanted to be in a marriage filled with love, in a relationship filled with love. And in the 90s, baby, if they wasn't singing in the rain, and you know what I'm saying? That was some serious type of love right there. We don't have that nowadays. We do not. And not only was it a serious type of love in the 90s, you had the shows. People had examples before them on the television of couples and families. You know what I'm saying? Positivity. Now in the 2022, 2023, everybody at the red light twerking on headlights. What does that got to do with love? When you cut on TV, it's just like a bunch of fighting and art. You know, it puts you in the mindset of, if I was single, that's why I wouldn't even want to be in a relationship. Look at this person. They married and whatever the case may be. But where is the love? And why don't we have it? Now, one of the things that I realize is that as individuals, when you get into a relationship, and so this for singles and the married, when you get into marriage, 9 times out of 10, you require love. You require that your spouse love you. Now, there are some people who are way older than me that they're at the age they just want companionship. They ain't studying about one of the rest of that stuff. They ain't looking about money, material things, sex, whatever the case may be. They just want companionship. So love. Why don't we have it? It's funny that we kind of require others to love us, but we don't love them. You see what I'm saying? We don't show love to them. And that's just on the workplace. And I'm not talking about the type of love that you would have for your spouse, but that godly love. You know what I'm saying? That agape love, And then even that philo, that brotherly love. We don't have it. It's too many people that are out for self. There are some people that you do show this type of love and you desire it in return. But let's take it a little bit deeper. For those of you who are single and for those of you who are married, did you in your home growing up have an example of what love looked like in terms of a relationship and somebody that you're going to be with? Did your mom and dad, did you see them love each other? Did you see them kiss each other? Did you hear them say, I love you? You know what I'm saying? Were those the type of things that you had growing up? Now, this is just an individual question. Some of you all say, yes, I had both the mother and the father in the home, and they were married for over 50 something years, and they had this love, blah, 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 blah. You had that example. If you did, you are very blessed and fortunate to have had that example model before you. But many did not. Many either grew up with one parent in the home, or you didn't even grow up with either one of your parents. You grew up with your grandparents. Some of you all had your grandparents. That was an example of what love should look like in a relationship, how you love one another as husband and wife. You know what I'm saying? So that gave you some type of foundation. But let me say this. For those of you who do not grow up with that example before you, who did not grow up seeing, your mom and dad in a loving, nurturing relationship, that you had some sense of a foundation, what love is supposed to look like, that does not mean that you will not find love. What you can do is just like those who didn't grow up, many men, for example, who didn't grow up with their fathers in their home, every man that didn't grow up with a father in their home is not a deadbeat. A lot of the men, if you will, they portray the relationship, or they have the relationship with their children that they wish that they would have had in a father. A lot of us did that. A lot of the dysfunction, the toxic, the trauma, the whatever, you changed your mindset and said, you know what? I want my children to have what I didn't have. So that's the same thing when it comes to love. So I didn't want nobody to say, oh, she's trying to set up here and say, because I didn't have this foundation when I was growing up, that I never know what love is. No, that is not the case. I'm not going to even set up here and say that, because it is a choice. We make a choice regardless of what our past looked like, of what we want love to be. Me and my husband made a choice to love each other. We get up every day and we make a choice. So for the singles out there, we said we wasn't going to be leaving y'all out. But this is a question that I would ask, and I wish somebody would have told me this in my younger years. But a question that I would ask someone that's serious about, and y'all get to the level, that deep level talking, ask them what love looked like to them. Ask them what love is to them. Ask them, what example of love did you have growing up in your home? Some of you all who are married, this question go for you all as well. Y'all sitting up here, you requiring love from your husband or your wife, but you don't even know what love is. You don't even know what it feels like to be loved. A lot of people feel that love is material possessions. As long as he's buying me this house, this car, this name brand, blah, 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 taking me on vacations, he loved me. But let me ask you something. God forbid that y'all are married and something happened where he loses his job, God forbid. What are y'all rolling out for then? A lot of times, it just depends on what it is to you. Material possessions isn't love. I wouldn't base my love that I desire off of what my husband does for me. Actually, I'm the exact opposite. Genuine love is what I desire. But a lot of us is desiring things from others that are around us, whether it be our husband, our wife, our children, because there are some mothers and fathers, guess what? You put their responsibility on the child to love you. Not in that way, as husband and wife, but to love you. That is very unhealthy. It really is. So ask yourself as an individual, whether you married or not, what does love mean to you? Because what we have to stop doing is stop requiring people to love us in the way that we think that we should be loved when we don't even know what love is in the first place. Somebody ain't trying to hear me on this morning. So we can't get back to the place of love. Even the word of God says, of all these things, everybody want to nail each other to the 10 commandments. But of all of these things, the greatest of these is love. And we are not loving each other. We are not supporting each other. We have become a world of just selfishness, what I can get out of somebody else. But yet and still, if we're selfish and it's what we can get out of somebody else, and especially when it comes to a relationship or somebody that we want to marry, then all of a sudden we want to turn that thing around and say, I require for you to love me. And when they ask you, well, how do you desire to be loved or what's love to you? You don't even know how to respond to that. So where did you get your idea of love from? Many of y'all didn't grow up in the church, so you haven't even read the scripture that I'm making reference to about love. The greatest of these is love. That's something that we are not doing. I have made the choice in 2023 to surround myself with those who genuinely love me. I love people with the love of God. You know what I'm saying? But who genuinely love me. But those who are single and those who are engaged, this is a question you may want to ask. What does love look like to you? What is love? Who modeled love? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say, well, if you didn't have this, then you wouldn't know how to love me. But guess what? This is something that I learned. Even though me and my husband probably didn't have that model of love in our home growing up, meaning relationship wise that we could see, as we were no longer two and became one flesh, we've had to work over these years to learn each other, to communicate with each other, and to see how each other desire to be loved. I can't love my husband the way that I want him to love me because it may be two different ways of how he feel what love is. You see what I'm saying? This may be too deep for some. So what is love? Stop requiring things out of people that you don't even know yourself. So I encourage you, what is love to you? Think about that throughout this day. Think about that throughout this week. Write that thing down, if you will. Spend some time with yourself and say, what is love to me? Is it material possessions and the things that, okay, so you got all the things that you want in your material possessions, but what about the emotional connection? That's what love is. It is a deeper level of emotional connection that a lot of us as individuals lack because we have allowed our hearts to be hard-hearted. So stop requiring something of others that you're not willing to do yourself, okay? And as those that are married, if you say, you know what, I ain't got no love in this marriage, ask yourself why. Because I know when I first met my husband, like I've shared with you all, I didn't know love. My heart was hard. I had such a titanium thick wall around my heart because I didn't want to get hurt, because I was tired of getting hurt over and over and over again within my life. Somebody felt that on this morning. This may not be for everybody, but somebody felt that. So again, what is love? What is that to you? What does that look like? And are you capable of giving love? Because if you're not capable of loving somebody else, then why are you with them? For the convenience? Why are you with them? Because you don't want to be lonely? Somebody that you truly love and that truly love you, especially when you're in the husband and wife relationship, you all should be able to share your hearts with each other without judgment. Share your heart. This is how I feel. But see, a lot of us can't get to the place of love, and a lot of us can't communicate out of our mouths, this is how I feel, because we don't allow ourselves to feel emotion. I ain't gonna drop too much on y'all this morning, but I know it's the truth. We don't even get in contact with our emotions. What do we feel? Why do I feel this way? Why did this make me feel this way? What we do instead is we busy ourselves. We run 1,000 miles an hour. We're at work 1,000 miles an hour. We're living in church. You know what I'm saying? We're invested into that job. We're invested into the children's activities, but we never sit still. We never have that time of stillness, at least 30 minutes a day. That's my goal, to really be in tune with myself, to be in tune with my mind, to be in tune with my body, be in tune with my emotions. We were never taught how to do that. Many of us was not. So quit requiring of others that which you don't even know, and you require for someone to do it for you. So I know a lot of y'all thought that this was going to be about R&B on this morning. It just made me think about love. That's what it made me think about. Thinking about the song by the Music Soul Child. He has a song called Love. And I think that thing is just amazing. You see what I'm saying? So get to know yourself deeper in 2023. That way you'll know what you do like, what you don't like, why you feel the way that you feel, and you'll quit running yourself like a hamster, full speed on a hamster wheel, busying yourself so you don't have to deal with your own emotions. If you're not willing to deal with your own emotions, how do you expect somebody else to? Okay? Become a healthier version of you. Join us tonight, Marriage Mondays with the Kings at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, where we are going to finish out our internet dating series. Even if you are married and you like, I've been married 20, 30 years, what? I don't need to know nothing about no internet dating. Let me tell you something. Your children, your grandchildren, and your great-grandchildren are probably going to be internet dating. So you may want to go on over to our YouTube channel and get some good old golden nuggets so you can see how this thing works. So you can support them if this is what they decide to do. You could walk alongside them. You could even share this with them and say, hey, you may want to watch this, because if you're desiring to internet date, do it safely. And that's what these people are talking about. That has been the common theme. Do it safely and do not rush. So we are going international. I'm not going to share what country that the individuals are in. I'll let them share it tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on KRGN 98.5 FM, The Rock. If you would like to listen in locally, KRGN 98.5 FM. Nationally and internationally, go to mykrgn.com. And if you want to watch the show, head on over to our Marriage Mondays with the Kings YouTube channel. You can hit on Notify Me, and it's a premiere that's there, and that way it'll notify you when we are on the show. All right? So y'all have a blessed week. Blessings to you. Don't be a curse to anybody. Be a blessing, okay? Add positivity to their life and not negativity. If you can't do that, dig deep into yourself and ask yourself why. Your girl Shan will be back with you next Monday with whatever it is that God placed on my heart. So God bless you and blessings to you.